All right. I'm going to admit all. Let's see if I can do that. Admit all. And we're going to be getting started in just a minute. Again, you need pencil, paper, eraser, straight edge. Straight edge. Okay. So we're getting a few more participants joining. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the Taj Mahal as people are joining, and then we'll get started in the drawing in just a few minutes. Taj Mahal is in the country of India, and it was built in 1632, and it got finished in 1653. So it took a little bit over 20 years to complete this Taj Mahal. And what it was is one of the sultans of the Rajas built this. It's not like, it ended up being more of a temple of worship, but it was a mausoleum, which means it was a place where he actually, his wife had died, and this is where the monument that he put her in, which is amazing, right? That something of that scale. Let's see if I've got a couple other drawings of it or things. It has that beautiful reflecting pool in front of it. And let's see, I've got another picture here of it. I think it's the same picture, but a little clearer. And I've got this picture here of it. I'm just going to, I see another person. I'm going to admit all. I'm trying to do two things at once, and we know I can't do that, so bear with me. Now, something like this, I was talking to people earlier, and I was just saying that sometimes these look like they're very difficult projects, but if we take it step by step and shape by shape, we can create a very fun drawing on that. So this is my sketch that we're going to be doing today. I think that's it. Do I have it? Yep. And I did it in my sketchbook. And what we're going to do is we're going to be doing a couple of different things. We're going to be working with line. We're going to be looking with shape. And we're going to be working with perspective today. Perspective is we're going to actually create a vanishing point. We've done this a few times in the past, but what we're going to be doing is we're going to be using a vanishing point to get the idea of distance, how big the Taj Mahal is. And this one, when you're all done, we're not going to have time to color it in, but I wanted to show an example of it colored in also, so you can kind of see.
Hey Larry.
Yes.
Remember last year we did this in the art in the park?
We did this in art. We did. Yes, we did this art in the park. Because this is one of my favorite. And I was thinking about that earlier, Danny, too. Is that how many times I've drawn the Taj Mahal. Now I've never been there, but I almost feel like I've been there because I've drawn it probably 20 times. And every time I draw it, I see something different in it. And I think that's what a lot of times I tell people about drawing something, the same bird, the same tree. Every time you look at it, you're always seeing things differently. So it never hurts to repeat different projects like that. So is everybody ready to get started? Yep, give me a thumbs up. Got your materials? Yeah. So let's start by putting the date. And today's date is 8. It's August already. 4, is it the 4th? Yep. Okay. 8/4/20. And then go ahead and put your name on the top or the bottom. My name is Larry. And I'm from the Rome River Arts Center here in Anoka. Rome River, I think it's up in top, yeah, Rome River Arts Center.
It's Lawrence, though.
That was last week, I was Lawrence. I can be Lawrence again this week. There I am, Lawrence. So, and what we're going to be doing is we're going to be kind of taking you through step by step how to make a picture that is very complicated become very simple. Okay? Everybody's ready to get started, right? Yes. So first thing we want to do is we want to draw, and I'm going to kind of show things of what we're going to start. We're going to be starting with this line right here. So we're going to be coming across with that line right there. So what I want to do is I want to start about a quarter or a third of the way up and draw a line all the way across. Okay? I'm drawing it all the way across. Everybody's got line number one, yes. Now, what I want to do next, before we get too far along with our Taj Mahal, we're going to create the pool in front of it. Okay? So what I want to do is I want to come and make a dot pretty much in the center of my picture, just a little bit above my line. You see where my dot is, guys? Make a dot. Everybody's got the dot. Now, the next thing I want to do is I'm going to come over and I'm going to make some dots at the edges of my paper. About the equal part in. About, I say that. So here's my dot here. You don't have to circle these. I just want you to see. These are the points that we're going to use to create our perspective. I've got a dot here, and a dot right there, okay? Then you want to take your straight edge. And you're going to go from one dot to the next. So I come from here. My straight edge does not quite reach, but it'll come close enough. And it definitely doesn't reach this one. Okay. So we should have a triangle in the middle of our picture to start with. And this is what we're going to be creating. And then what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to erase everything that was above the line there. Once I get to my, so what this was, guys, this was our vanishing point. I should actually leave it there because we're going to use it for our trees and stuff. So I kind of made a mistake. Can you believe that? Yeah, I know. So then we want to kind of, we need our vanishing point still here. What's that?
Everyone makes mistakes, Larry. It's okay.
Thank you. I feel better already. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a dot over here and a dot over here. So you can see I'm coming in about the same. It doesn't have to be exact, guys. And then I'm going to do another triangle. So I go from my vanishing point up here to my dot. And you can see that it disappears. There we go. So we should all have two lines now. So we got we're doing inside triangles. So everybody should have these 4 lines starting. And guess what? We need to make one more for our pool. So I'm going to come in again, dot and a dot. About equal distance, like I said. I'll use my ruler again or my straight edge. Come over. How's everybody doing? I'm going to slow down, make sure that we've got it here. You girls got it? You guys got it? Kyler, you good? Thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up if you're ready to move on. Yep, all right. So now what we want to do is I'm going to come down here and I'm going to create a tree. And I'm just going to make it like this. I'm going to come down with a line. Right now it's just a little line. I'm going to make it, yeah, that's about the right size. And then I'm going to come over on this side. And I'm going to do a tree over there, about the same size. So we should have 2 lines, one here, one there. Do you guys see those lines? See, the line comes up right here. The other one comes up over on this side. What we're working today is symmetrical. This is a symmetrical. Everything on one side happens on the other side. Taj Mahal is a mirror image. Oh, I see someone trying to come in here. So now what I want to do is from this point, the top of my line, I'm making these little dots up here like this. I want to come into my vanishing point up here. So I go like this, and this is going to be a very light line. I'm going to do it in green so you guys can see that. The reason it's going to be a light line, it's just a guideline. Okay, so I made these guidelines here. This allows me to make trees going all the way up towards the Taj Mahal. And as they get closer to the Taj Mahal, they're going to get smaller. Or as they get farther away from our eyes, they're going to get smaller. So I'm going to go ahead and draw those trees. So I started with just a line to get an idea. These trees are like cypress trees, so they kind of come like this. They come to a point and come down. So I start the line like that. How many do we have? We've got 5 trees, so I'm going to come over a little bit farther. I come straight up. My tree comes down. So my guidelines keep my trees in the right perspective. Make sure your trees go straight up. Okay, you can see how my trees are going towards Taj Mahal. We'll do the same thing on the other side. I make this into a tree. I come about the same distance. So to make these trees, I start with just a straight line going straight up and down, and then I make my tree inside there. And I'm kind of looking over to see what I did on the other side, so I kind of keep it very similar. Doesn't have to be exact. I'm trying to keep it somewhat, but what happens is you don't have to necessarily have it exact, because people's eyes will make it exact. They kind of fill in the little details. So once you're done with that, then we can erase this. So we erase our vanishing point once we're done with our trees. We'll come back to this pool at the very end, but for right now, what we want to do is just kind of finish up our little trees. And if you're ready, give me a thumbs up. Danny's ready. I'm just going to check on seeing how people are doing here. Emmy, are you ready? Yeah. Whose birthday? Was it your sister's birthday yesterday, Emmy? Yeah, thought so. You're welcome. And then Annika, how are you coming? You guys can show me where you're at if you're at, got a point where you can kind of, I see Danny's there. Janu, oh, perfect. Wow, these are looking great. These are looking great. Emma, you're getting caught up there? All right. I'm gonna switch back so I'm gonna be able to see the screen here. You guys everything's looking good here. So now it's gonna be time to start building our Taj Mahal. So I think at this time, I didn't put it down here, but maybe we need a construction hat. Make sure nothing falls on us when we're building our Taj Mahal. So what I want to do, that's my lame, this is like uncle humor. It's not funny. Luckily, I can't hear anybody, so this works out great. So I'm going to come to the edge here, and I'm going to make a dot over here and one over here. About equal distance. And then we're going to come, it comes up not too high, and we want to come all the way across. So we made a long rectangle. Everybody's making their first rectangle. How are we guys doing here? These are looking good. You got it, Livia? Almost. Kyler, that looks good. Now, I want to make another line so I come about the same height on either side. And guess what? I'm going to come straight across. And that is my base of my Taj Mahal. So if we're looking at the picture of the Taj Mahal, you can kind of see it a little bit. We did the pool and the trees going up. And now we did the two lines, which are over here. And now we're going to start building our towers. We'll start in the inside and work our way out, okay? We're all set, ready? So what I want to do, guys, is we're going to start with a rectangle, okay? So what we want to do is we want to start in the center. So if we come up just a little bit outside, like this, as I'm making those dots, this is going to be my rectangle that I'm going to start with. And I want to come up. Come straight across. Come down. I'm making a rectangle here. Okay? So everybody should make their first rectangle. Well, it's not, it's actually our third rectangle, isn't it? Now we want to leave enough room because you can see that we're going to have to build up and we're going to make our tower too. So the first thing I want to do here is I want to come up from here and I'm going to make a smaller rectangle. Inside there. Okay. So we've got the big rectangle. This is the main door to go in. So this is like one of those little boxes. So now we have to make another one that comes up. Okay, so what I'm going to review here is I made 1, 2, 3 rectangles. Everybody should have 3 rectangles as our foundation for our Taj Mahal. Because then what I want to do here is I'm going to come over here and draw this line across. This is the main doorway. So I draw a line like that coming across. And then we want to make a dot up here in the center, like this. I'm making that dot. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a point. So we're comes in to make this point. And we're going to be doing this shape numerous times. We have it on the top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 of these shapes we're going to do. This is just the first time. Then what we want to do is we want to come with a little arch up here. It's like an upside down U. And then we're going to create a big door like that. Okay. So we've got our main entrance to our Taj Mahal. Then we're going to, is everybody ready? Let me see, I'm going to get some thumbs up. These are looking good. Yes. Awesome. Janu, yeah, perfect, perfect. Okay, so what I want to do next is I want to come across and then we're going to do a nice little archway up here. And then we want to come with little lines like this, and we're going to be making a bit of a curve. And since we're looking up at it, it's going to be kind of a frown, a little bit of a frown. So I'm curving it like that. Got it? Okay, then we want to make another one. I'm coming out just a little bit, and I'm curving it again like that. I'm going to make some little lines on it. The next thing that we're going to be wanting to do is we're going to put in our big dome. This is going to be the one that we want to keep it on the paper. So we come out. I want to come with my dot up here. So I'm coming with a dot up there. It's the same basic shape that we had down below here is up here. Just seeing how we're all doing here. Awesome. So now we want to kind of do the top of it. Remember how we arched this kind of frown? That's what we want to do here. We want to have this kind of come. This is giving the impression of roundness by coming with this kind of and we come with a line like this. Again, my line is just curving slightly downwards. It's kind of, I'm calling them kind of a frown. And then what I want to do is make all these upside down U's in here. So those are all these upside down U's going. Also, from the picture, you can even see it. They have these lines that come through here, creating this feeling that it comes down. So we come with these lines from the center. Now, we want to have our little top on here, so we have a straight line coming up. And it's got three like circles or balls on it. So I go 1, 2, and they get smaller as they get higher, 3. And then it has like a cross on top.
I couldn't do the point because
You ran out of space? You run out of space for the point? That's okay. And that's kind of, we start kind of lower to do that because of that. So then we've got our major, so you can adjust it to make it a little bit smaller, but we want to just kind of get the idea there. So I wanted to see if everybody has got our main tower there, correct, done. If we got the main tower, we're going to move on to the next one. Let's say Janu. Oh, nice. Nice. Danny. Kyler. Wow. These are looking great. Now, I'm going to come over here and you're going to see that I come just below. What's that, hon?
It's called Kyler Temple.
Temple? Is temple? Okay, I got it. All right, so now I'm going to make some more rectangles. Now I'm coming right over here. and I'm coming out and I'm going to come down. So you can see it's not quite as big as this. It's a little bit smaller. That's kind of squeaky. And I did it on one side and I want to do it on the other. Okay, they look pretty similar. This one could be a little bit bigger. Adjust them if you need to. Okay. Does everybody have their 2 new towers going up? Then the next thing we want to do is I want to come and I'm going to do, it's got like 2 windows and then it's got like a spire going on. So what I want to do over here is I'm going to come over here and I want to come with a little bit of a curve. And then I'm going to come with these upside down U shapes. And then it has these windows that kind of come equal distance from right about here. I'm going to make a line there and a line across there, like that. And I'm going to come to that same kind of point like I did here. So I come out and up. These are these windows. And then I'm going to do another one. I don't have to make a line because they come from the bottom up, down. So now what we're looking at, you guys should all have these 2 side places, but we have to also make towers here. So what we want to do is we want to come over here and we give them these U's like that. And they have little points on each one of these like that. So all I did is just give it a little bit of a top and then a little point like a little helmet. And to kind of emphasize that it's round, we're going to just do a little bit of a frown on top of each one. Starting to look pretty cool, isn't it? So now we're going to take and we're going to do a little step down, guys. So what we need to do next is we come over here and we come from this point right here and this point here. You can see I'm doing this little line here. And now I'm going to make a little bit, again, less triangle here. Triangle, rectangle. Got a rectangle on each side. And we're gonna, it's like rinse and repeat. We're gonna be adding these 2 windows again. So I come over here with my line, point, like that. So I've got now 4 on top. I'll do the same on the bottom. I hope someday to visit the Taj Mahal. It's one of those ones, I think it's called one of the seven natural wonder, or not natural, wonders of the world. Now, this does not have the same tower as that one does. It has a little different. So what we want to do is we're going to add this tower on the side here. It comes up like that. It's a little rectangle, and it comes inside of it, and we do, because this is symmetrical, we do the same thing on both sides. Then it has these little kind of peaks here. So what we do is we make, it's one, this one's a little bit higher, two, like that. And then we have one over here, three. So I go again, I come up here, one, rectangle, two, three. If I do something on one side, if it's symmetrical, I have to do it on the other. And then they have those little, I guess it's like candle wicks. I have one, two, three, one, two, three. I kind of want to see if everybody has got their, Danny, you got it. Janu, oh, you got it. Yep, I'm going to just check. I'm going to look real quick here. Yep. These are looking good. Can I see that? Emmy, let me see yours. Hold it up. Hey, that's looking really good, Emmy. Very nice. Lily, beautiful. I like it. These are looking real. Emma, how are you doing over there, Emma? You good? All right. Great. All right. So we're going to move on. The Goofstads, they look good too. I'm going to move on and I'm going to add my next tower. So what I do now is I'm coming over just a little bit here. And I want to come over here and I'm going to come up with kind of a rectangle. And it comes up a little bit higher than this one. So I come over like this and do my rectangle. And I'll do the same thing on the other side. Okay, so we just start with these two rectangles. Now, what we want to do is we want to give them, so they become towers. What we want to do is we're going to go ahead and we want to create this kind of rounded shape like this. So I, again, do that curved line, call it a little bit of a frown, a double frown. And I come up and I'll do another double frown up here. And I do a third one right here. So I come up again. Anything I do on one side, I do on the other. This double frown. It gives it kind of a rounded look. I always want to check what I've done on one side to the other. So I've got my two towers there. Now, one of the things they have is it's got this little area here that's going to have a little cap on it. So we kind of come and we do our little point again like this. So now we should have our two separate spires a little bit farther, a little way. And I just lost my marker. Found it. Now we've got to do our last tower. And we're going to come over here. And we want to come inside of the edge. So I kind of make my tower like this. So I'm going to come up. I'll come up like this. And it goes up higher than the last one. So we're going to go straight up. I'm going to come a little bit higher than that one for my rectangle. So you can see I come in from the edge. It's not right to the edge. Do the same thing on this side. Come in a little bit more on this side. Up right there. Come down. I'm going to see, I'm going to change this over here. So now you can see that I've got that last tower here, and we're going to kind of do the same process we did on these two towers. But we're just going to change it a little bit, so we're going to come up a little bit higher. I come up a little bit higher on this one. I'll do the same thing on this side. I'm making those little frowns. Those frowns help us that we're looking up at this. That gives us the impression we're looking up. If you were looking down and you were on an airplane or on a tower, then we'd see it as a smiley face. Now, the next thing I want to do is kind of come up here and do another one like that. And these look like kind of like lookout towers. So I want to make these openings that a person could be up there looking out from these. So I'm doing those kinds of U shape there. And we still have to finish these, don't we? So what we want to do now is we want to give it our same little shape here. I come in, point, a little bit of a point. And they do have little spires on the end of these. I'm just kind of looking at my Taj Mahal here. So we kind of get an idea of where we're at here. I'm coming across, just going, I've kind of gone over some of my lines, so I want everybody to see that. I want to add some details too. So we have this kind of rounded up here, and I'm going to give it some little U's again. Some of the things we look at is if I have a line, I have that up there, I repeat it here, repeat it there, there. So those repeated shapes create unity in this work here. I want to give everybody a chance to kind of add their details. So as we're looking at this, and I'm going to show you this picture, you can kind of see it. this top line here where we kind of are building up, all those little, if you can see it, are people walking by that front door there. So to help give us a little bit of perspective, I'm adding a few little people in here. Giving them little heads and bodies. I've got a family over here. They have like 11 kids. And I've got a few over here. So I'm adding my people. My hands kind of erase some of my lines here, but we can still see everything. Now, one of the things, when we looked at this is kind of a pool of water. So we want to kind of give it kind of a wave. So I'm just going to kind of, just kind of a little bit of a wave, and we can kind of come in here just to get that. So we have now your trees is one of the things that you can work on too. Sometimes I do these trees where they come all the way down to the bottom. So they just kind of are more of a shape, and you can kind of work on your details. You can add some people. I'm going to show you a photograph. See if I've got one here. Now, does this have any? This one does not have any people in it. You get an idea of the distance when you're looking at it. Here's the people. These people would be up close here, and the pool would be in the center. Is right in that area there. So you can kind of be adding your own details now to your Taj Mahal. I want to kind of check in to see how everybody's doing. I'm going to check with if anybody's ready to share their work, that'd be awesome. Kyler looks beautiful. Lily, wow. Danny, I love it. Let me see. Wow, that looks awesome. That's Michael Kroon. What's your girl's name? Girls, those look great up there. Yep. Matt, okay, Janu, I love it. Wow, Emmy, that looks great. I see Ingrid there. Oh, that looks awesome. Very nice. I like the McKeans. Emma, you're going to share us with what you did too. You want to show us your Taj Mahal, Emma? Oh, wow, that looks great, Emma. Very nice. Let's see, Annika. Beautiful job. Livia, I see it. These are great. Great job, everybody. I'm just kind of looking at these. Now, you can just leave it. You can leave it exactly how it is in pencil. You can shade it if you want to. You can Sharpie it with a fine tip Sharpie if you want. And then you can color it. You don't have to color it. This is one of those things where it's the exercise of creating this symmetrical building shape by shape. And everybody did it. Everybody has different kinds of skill sets, but we were all able to create this Taj Mahal. It took us a little less than an hour. It took them over 20 years to make it. It's all made out of marble.
I had to
I want to thank everybody for joining me today. Let's see, Danny, that looks great. I want to thank everybody for joining us at the Rum River Art Center for our Tuesday morning drawing class.
You're welcome.
Yes.
Thanks for this art class, teacher.
I actually know why it took longer. I know why it took 20 years because they had to think of it and then make it.
Well, yes, but they actually started it 2 years before. They started it in 1630, and that was the designs took 2 years.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, just to get the designs correct. And then they had to, build it. And they used marble, pieces of marble, and it's all marble, I guess. I've only seen pictures.
Marble's easy to pull apart.
What's that?
Marble's a hard rock.
Yeah, so it can fall easily.
It's hard on. Oh, I don't know.
Dust tornadoes.
Yes, because this turns into a work of art. It's so beautiful to see, yes. So I wanted to thank again everybody for joining us. We'll do it again next Tuesday morning. I'm not sure what our project is. I kind of do it. I know that it's on there. So you can check out what the next project is and have fun doing another one next Tuesday morning.
Temple.
Yes, and today is my mom's birthday.
We should sing her happy birthday.
Yeah.
Are you going to lead us, Danny? Livia?
Bye, Larry.
We're going to say happy birthday to Livia's mom.
And happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Are you on?
That's great. Okay, guys, I am going to sign off and we'll be seeing you soon. Thank you for joining us again.
See ya, peeps.
See ya, guys. Till next time.
See ya, peeps.
Okay.